All right, we're back with another week and another batch of film news, which this week actually has quite a lot of little interesting devices and tidbits and whatnot that, yeah, I think is definitely worthwhile to go over. So before we jump into it, I want to say that I'm offering memberships now for anyone who wants to get some exclusive early content, exclusive members-only videos, some input on the channel, and some other stuff that I think is definitely worthwhile if you're a fan of me, if you're a fan of the channel, and obviously it goes to support the channel, which I appreciate big time. Alrighty, first up, I saw this on Reddit, but it actually got promptly deleted because the analog subreddits are honestly just cesspools, and yeah, I think the mods get their feelings hurt quite easily. Regardless, someone built a Bluetooth shutter release, which is pretty cool. The project comes from a creator wanting to make self-portraits easier, and this does simply just that. It's small and can mount to any hot shoe or camera body. It has a self-timer, ball block, interval controls with USB-C charging. You can purchase the product itself disassembled and without a battery for $55, grab a fully assembled one for $80, or snag the open source plans to print yourself, which is pretty cool. Personally, I love all these 3D printed gadgets and different film cameras and that type of stuff that we're getting in 2025. It seems like the community now more than ever is kind of banding together and wanting to get film photography in the hands of more people more than ever. Definitely more of these coming out in the last, 6 months to year and a half, as opposed to the last handful of years in film photography, which is cool. It's cool to see individuals making, incremental improvements and upgrades to different things within the space. There's also some large ones for manual sliding mechanisms. All in all, a really cool project that is a good starting point for today's episode. Next, this past week, Reflx Lab released a new repackaged infrared black and white film, which I will say I want to applaud Reflx Lab for their transparency when it comes to releasing their film stocks. I think many film companies try to take advantage of beginner film shooters who don't really know what they're shooting, don't understand that a lot of these respooled film stocks are simply just respooled film stocks and not actually unique new emulsions. So yeah, I think Reflx Lab does a great job at being honest, transparent in the descriptions on the boxes, etc. It just explaining what the film is, that they're not the ones creating these new chemicals, these new emulsions, etc. But hey, there's still some credit that comes with respooling, making some high quality respooled films, etc., etc. Reflx brings Agfa Avifot into their own Pan 200, which brings a unique combination of grain structure, tonal depth, and contrast that stands out among other black and white films. As of now, it's $22 for a 3-pack and only comes in 120 and 220 formats, but they hope to bring some 35mm out here in the coming months. From their sample photos, the film looks quite good, and I'm eager to give some a shot this winter. Pan 200, which has been long discontinued, is available by some other respoolers, but is considerably more expensive, so it's cool to see Reflx continue to bring out these films at an affordable price. Alright, next we got another Reddit user who's bringing a bulk loading 3D printed bulk loader, I guess. I don't know why I said it like that. The idea being that they couldn't get their hands on any vintage one or get it on eBay in their own country, so they figured they would make their own. Now, there are some other free ones that you can find the files for, but as per this user, most of them had some small quality of life issues that he set out to fix. Specifically, making the compartment larger and modular, improving the lever to work better, and some other small stuff. He's currently looking for testers, so I'll link that in the description as well as everything else we talk about in the description below. Like I said before, not the first person to 3D print something like this, but seeing the ingenuity and the thought process that comes into making a new product like this, even if it's just improving on something that's already in the space, is definitely cool and something that I welcome within the subculture. Next, staying in the realm of DIY, a university student made a self-contained portable C41 development station that seemingly not only functions well, but looks great too. So they wanted to make something that would encourage them to be more organized and get more enjoyment out of home development, which makes sense to me. The features include a stainless steel basin, pump for washing and drainage, and a child safety lock. As of now, they're planning on making more as a product, but currently are finishing up university, so yeah. Needless to say, this is super cool. It reminds me of something out of my university's chemistry room, and finally I can roleplay as Full Metal Alchemist while being productive still. I may be scooping one of these up for the channel, so we'll see. Which, again, speaking of Redditors, one of them built a brand new 6x17 camera, the Sasquatch 617. The body is a 304 stainless steel exo frame for rigidity, and the rest is 3D printed polycarbonate. They designed this system to pair specifically with either the Schneider Cruisenok 90mm f8 or the Nikon Nikkor 90mm f8. They've tested the camera with both of these lenses, and the images look quite good. As of now, they're getting ready to launch on Kickstarter, and we'll be getting more info and photos once the Kickstarter goes live, so definitely stay tuned in the upcoming videos for news on this. Okay, so I'm sure you've seen the whole camera going out of business debacle. It really feels like every creator in the space had some type of comment or video or whatever to make about it. So myself included, so if you missed that, definitely check that out up here. Otherwise, the too long didn't read of it is basically this. Kodak's financial reports came out, big news outlets misinterpreted the report, leading to many clickbait articles talking about Kodak going bankrupt, employees losing their pensions, and tons of doom and gloom stuff. Well, thankfully, Kodak released their own blog about misleading media statements, doubling down that Kodak is going nowhere. With that being said, I'm curious to see what type of shit show will derive from Kodak's Q3 financial reports. Only time will tell. Next, we got news that the owners of Arri may be considering selling the legacy brand. Founded in 1917, the company creates premium cameras, both cinema digital and film cameras. And for the most part, production houses will purchase these cameras and then rent them out to independent contractors and big cinema directors. Well, because of the pandemic and actor and writer strikes in the past couple of years, sales have evidently slowed to somewhat of a halt. Now, I don't think that Arri would necessarily just drop off the face of the planet. I think we could be seeing Panasonic scoop it up, as they already have some type of synergy going, or we could be seeing Canon try to keep up with Nikon's acquisition of Red and purchase Arri. Honestly, this would be a big bummer to see them get bought out, as they're one of the biggest names in professional cinema cameras, but not that shocking with all the prosumer-focused cinema gear that's been getting more popular in the last handful of years. Regardless, it's definitely an interesting situation that I'll keep you in the loop with, and yeah, if there's any news, we'll feature it in a future news episode. Okay, and last but surely not least, I got my 4x5 from Intrepid, and boy is it pretty. I'm super stoked to get out with this thing this fall and learn how to waste more of my money. Just kidding, hopefully. I've been eyeing up large format for the last couple of years, and partnering with Intrepid for shooting some videos this fall seems like a perfect collab. If there's a certain type of film or location or anything specific you guys want to see, definitely let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I have some really cool spots picked out for fall colors that should be perfect, and yeah, I'm really excited. Otherwise, this is going to wrap it up for this one, guys. Definitely check out the membership somewhere down below. I'm not really sure how that works, so hopefully I'll have that figured out for you guys by the time the episode goes live. Like I said, anything you guys can do to support the channel helps me out a ton, and I think there's some decent perks in there for you guys that are interested. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next one, stay safe, stay shooting. Adios.